Good morning. To create your account with HealthQuest, you need to navigate to https, please notice the S, //kansashealthquest.cernerwellness.com. And then you'll want to click here on Create My Account. So once we do that, we're going to have a couple of forms here to fill out. Make sure you get each and every field filled out properly. I'm going to point out a couple of things on the forms to you. Here at the left, there's password requirements. When you click that plus sign, a little box expands here. It has to have at least one capital letter, at least one number, and a minimum of 8 characters in length. And then you'll retype your password before you select and give answers to 3 security questions. This next part is the part that is giving people some issues. Right here towards the bottom of the left hand side we have employee ID. The employee ID number is found on your CVS pharmacy card or Caremark card, and it's listed right above your name as ID. All of the ID numbers start with a letter and are followed by 10 digits. However, there are 10 digits on your card, the last of which is almost always 01. You want to not include the 0 and the 1, but instead add 2 zeros right after the letter at the beginning. So for instance, if my letter at the beginning of mine was M, and then usually there are on the card itself at least 3 or 4 zeros. I'm going to put 4 for my hypothetical number here. And then there's usually 4 numbers that aren't zeros. And then, like I mentioned a moment ago, there's usually a 0, 1. And then you want to include EE if you're doing this for yourself, or as it says here, SP if you're doing it for your spouse. Alright, so like I said, we want to not include the 01, so I'm going to delete the 01 here, and then I'm going to move my cursor back to directly after the letter, and I'm going to put in 2 more zeros. Okay. At that point, you'll want to enter your email address. I would point out that some people have had some errors using their district email address and have had to use a personal email address there. It doesn't really matter. You'll get the emails either way. But speaking of email, back up here at the top, your username, that can also be an email. And people have not had trouble using their district email address here. So I might type in as my username my district email address, though again down here at the bottom it may not take that as the standard email address. Alright, moving on over here to the right, I would point out that when you select female, those of you that are female, when you select female, there are some more requirements here. If neither of these things are true, you don't need to select either. Just fill out the other fields on this side and then select your activity level. We'll continue this process in part 2 of the video.